Hello students, today we'll be taking some important miscellaneous examples and some important questions from the miscellaneous exercise. So let's first start with solved example 12. It says that we have to find the area between this curve, the x-axis and the lines x equal to -1 and x equal to 1. So when we plot this curve, it's a straight line. So we just put when x is 0, y is 2, y is 0, x is -2/3. So let's plot this line. So we see some portion of the line is on the negative side of the y-axis, that is actually in the third quadrant, and the remaining portion, some is in the second quadrant and some is in the first quadrant. Now, and we have to find between the lines x equal to -1 and x equal to 1. So the shaded area, some portion of it is in the third quadrant, some in second, some in the first quadrant. But however, throughout this this portion where we have to find the area, there is only one curve and the x-axis. Okay, so if you just see the strip, it travels from, now first of all we find the point where the this line meets the x-axis. As we have already seen, it meets the x-axis in the point -2/3, 0. So from -2/3, 0 to 1, we see that the whether it's in the second quadrant or in the first quadrant, we have the y coordinate is positive, whereas in the portion or in the interval from x equal to -1 to -2/3, the value of y is negative. So obviously the area will come out to be negative. So we have to see, we will find this area as a sum of two areas, one lying in this portion and one lying in entire second and first quadrant. So simply we get from -1 to -2/3 y on the straight line plus -2/3 to 1 y on the straight line. So the curve remains the same. The only difference why we are splitting it is in the third quadrant, or in this area from -1 to 2/3, in this interval, since y is negative, we have to be careful that we have to take the modulus. We can't take it at one go, that straight away from -1 to +1 and then modulus. Then also it will automatically get, one portion is negative, one is positive, it will get subtracted rather than getting added. So we have to split it into two areas, one area in which y is negative, one area in which it is positive. We simply replace and just take the modulus of this area, and when we solve it, we get the required area as 13/3 square units. So this, though it looks to be positive, but when you actually substitute the limits, it comes out to be negative, that is -1/6, whose modulus is required to be taken, as the area can never be negative. So we've taken the modulus, so it becomes +1/6, and 25/6 is already there, and so ultimately we get 26/6, which is 13/3 square units. On the same lines, we have the next solved example, which says that area between y equal to cos x equal to 0 and x equal to 2 pi is to be found out. When we draw, we see that the required area is this. So one portion of the area is below the y-axis, whereas two portions are above the y-axis. So again the same kind of measure has to be taken from, though the entire area lies between the same curve and the same x-axis, but still we have to split it into three areas, one from 0 to pi/2, one from pi/2 to 3pi/2, and the next one from 3pi/2 to 2 pi. In the first and the third areas, we simply write the area enclosed between the curve y equal to cos x dx from 0 to pi/2 and from 3pi/2 to 2 pi. But in the second area, after writing from pi/2 to 3pi/2 cos x dx, we have to also take the modulus, because otherwise the answer will come out to be, the area for this region will come out to be negative, which is not possible or not allowed. And so whatever negative area comes out to be, like here it comes out to be -2, whose modulus is taken to make it 2, Rest all are 1 each, so we get 1 plus 2 plus 1, which is 4 square units. Now let's move on to a very, very important question, which says that we have to find the area between two parabolas, y squared equal to 4x and x squared equal to 4y, and we have to show that this area divides the square which is formed by these lines x equal to 0, x equal to 4, y equal to 4 and y equal to 0 into 3 equal parts, that is 3 equal areas. So we will simply first find the draw the figure, then find the required area to be found out, and then see what actually happens. So when we draw, this curve is y equal to x squared equal to y, this curve is y squared equal to 4x, no, this curve is x squared equal to 4y, this one is y squared equal to 4x. So what we have to find is this area. Then the square so formed is formed by joining the endpoint, because when we solve we see that the point of intersection of these two curves is 4, 4. So when you draw parallel lines or we drop a perpendicular from here onto the x-axis and y-axis, it forms a square passing through the lines x equal to 0, x equal to 0, x equal to 4, y equal to 0, y equal to 4. So we have to show that these three areas, the area between the parabola, the area A and the area B are equal, and hence we can prove that these two parabolas, they divide the square into 3 equal areas. So area between the two parabolas are found by from 0 to 4, area between this parabola and the x-axis minus area between this parabola and the x-axis. So what we get is the required area is area between parabola 1, which is y squared equal to 4x, minus y on parabola 2, which is x squared equal to 4y. When we solve it, we get it as 16 by 3 square units. Then we find the area of the region A, which is this one. This area is the area bounded by the parabola 2, which is x squared equal to 4y and the x-axis. So that's what we do. Parabola 2 dx from 0 to 4, which comes out to be 16 by 3 square units. Similarly, the third area, this area will be found between the parabola 1, which is y squared equal to 4x, the y-axis, and between y equal to 0 to 4. So we draw a strip, drag it from 0 to 4, and what we get is x on parabola 1 dy from 0 to 4, which again comes out to be 16 by 3 square units. And so we see that the area between the two parabolas, it divides the area of the square into 3 equal parts. Next we come to question number 15. It's another very important question, specifically for the type in which it is, or the way in which it is written. So it says we have to find the area of the region xy such that y lies between 0 and x squared plus 1, y lies between 0 and x plus 1, and x lies between 0 and 2. Clearly, y equal to x squared plus 1 is a parabola having vertex at 0, 1. Now what we do is we try to see, because there is a inequality here, so we try to see which is the area which is to be taken into consideration. So let's take any random point on any of the axes. So let's take 2, 0. So it lies on the x-axis, which is on the exterior of the parabola. We know that any point which satisfies this inequality, the entire area of which that point is a part will satisfy the inequality. So that's what we do. We put x equal to 2, x equal to 2, y equal to 0 in the inequation. Left hand side is 0, right hand side is 5. So the inequation is satisfied, and so the exterior area of the parabola is to be considered. Similarly, this is a straight line, y equal to x plus 1. So again we put the same point and see that the point is satisfied. So the side containing this point would be the shaded area. Now let's plot the curve. When we draw the curve, it's a parabola is something like this, having vertex as 0 comma 1. The straight line is the straight line is y equal to x plus 1. This is y equal to x plus 1. The parabola is y equal to x squared plus 1. Now when we draw, when we see 0 comma 2 is this point, 0 comma 2 is this point. So side containing 0 comma 2 is the required area even for the parabola as well as for the straight line. So this is the portion, the shaded area is the required portion. Now we can clearly see from this point P to Q, the area is between the parabola and the x-axis, whereas from Q to R, area is between the straight line and the x-axis. And so the required area is from 0 to 1 y on the parabola dx plus from 1 to 2 y on the straight line. Substitute the equations and solve, and solving we get the required area as 23 by 6 square units. Now let's take up some typical and important questions of the miscellaneous exercise. Rest all questions are similar to what we have already done in the previous exercises or in the solved examples. So let's start with question number 11. It says we have to find the area between mod x plus mod y equal to 1. So clearly, as we know, mod can be substituted or replaced with plus minus x and plus minus y here. So both the mods are replaced with plus minus x and plus minus y. So it's a combination of 4 results or 4 lines. Line 1 would be x plus y when both are positive. Line 2 is when x is negative, y is positive. Line 3 is when x is negative and y is also negative. Line 4 is when x is positive and y is negative. When we plot it, these 4 lines, they form a rhombus. So clearly it's a figure which is symmetric about both the axes, and so the required area would be 4 times the area in the first quadrant. And so we write it as 4 into area in the first quadrant, and this line is x plus y equal to 1. And simply we just simply write 4 times under this line x varies from 0 to 1. So from 0 to 1 y on line 1, and we simply substitute and solve. We get the required area as 2 square units. Now let's move on to question number 12. It says we have to, now again it's a question which is given in a manner similar to the solved example 15. Now what do we say? Area enclosed between this curve, where it is given as set of all xy such that y is greater than or equal to x and y is equal to mod x. So first of all, let's see this. The corresponding curve to it is x squared equal to y, which is a parabola symmetric about the y-axis. We draw that. Now we have to see what do we mean by greater than or equal to sign. So we substitute any one point, let's say again 0 comma 2, which lies on the x-axis. So we substitute this and see it is being satisfied. No, we see that y is greater than x squared, which is no, we have taken a point 0 comma 2, which is a point on the y-axis, and 0 comma 2 satisfies the required expression, and so the interior of the parabola is satisfied. Now what we do is we again redefine y equal to mod x, and we see that it gets converted into 2 lines. So when we plot them, we see the required area is the shaded area, which can be easily found. We have done a similar question in the previous exercise. So required area would be twice of the area in the first quadrant, which will be area between the straight line and the x-axis minus area between the parabola and the x-axis. Now let's see the next question. Question number 18. We have to find the area between the circle which is exterior to the parabola. So let's first draw. The parabola is symmetric about the x-axis and circle is a circle with center at origin and radius equal to 4 units. So when we draw, we get something like this. Now the required area is the shaded area, that is this area. So clearly we can write it as area of the full circle minus this smaller area. And the reason behind it is that we are able to solve this area easily with our known results. So now we can write it as area of the circle minus area of the region within the parabola. Okay, now what we have, the area of the circle is pi r square minus, now this area is symmetric about the x-axis and so can be written as twice of the area in the first quadrant. And so what we do is minus twice of. Now as we have done these kind of questions, we split this area into two parts. One is from O to P on the parabola and the x-axis, and the other is the area from P to R on the circle and the x-axis. And so we write it as from 0 to x1, which is the x coordinate of P, y on the parabola dx, plus from x1 to 4, which are the x coordinates, y on the circle dx. Now we know that the radius of the circle is 4 units, and so the area of the circle is pi into 4 square minus 2 times. Now we have already solved that the point of intersection or the x coordinate of P is 2, which also becomes the value of this x1. So we have from 0 to 2, y on the parabola is square root of 6x dx, plus from 2 to 4, y on the circle is square root of 16 minus x square dx, which can be easily solved. Now the last question in the exercise is question number 19, which says that we have to find the area between the y-axis and the two curves y equal to cos x, y equal to sin x in the first quadrant when x lies between 0 and pi by 2. Let's call this curve as C1 and this curve as C2. So when we plot the graph for both the curves, we see that this is the graph for y equal to cos x, whereas this is the graph for y equal to sin x. That is, this is the curve 1, y equal to cos x is curve 1 and y equal to sin x is curve 2. Now the required area is the area between these two curves and the y-axis, and so the shaded area is the required area. So first of all, what we see is the required area can be split into two parts. One between 0 and the point of intersection, and the other between the point of intersection and this point Q. Now first of all, we find the point of intersection P. So at the point of intersection, cos x equal to sin x, which gives us x equal to pi by 4. Corresponding to this, the value of y would be 1 upon root 2. So we find the required area as the sum of these two areas, that is from 0 to 1 by root 2. Now first of all, we are finding with respect to the y-axis. So it is actually the area is x dy from y1 to y2. So in the first area, the limits of y are from 0 to 1 by root 2. So from 0 to 1 by root 2, x on the curve C2, which is y equal to sin x dy, minus from 1 upon root 2, which is a point of intersection, to 1, x on the curve C1, which is y equal to x cos x dy. So now we have to first write x in terms of y. So on the second curve, it comes out to be sin inverse y, whereas on the first curve, it comes out to be cos inverse y. So the net result is we have to find the required area, which comes out to be from 0 to 1 by root 2 sin inverse y dy minus integral from 1 by root 2 to 1 cos inverse y dy, which can be easily solved. So in this manner, we can do all questions of these kinds and similar types. Thank you.